Guadalajara, and the idea today is to have a different conversation because I have the CEO of Mitsubishi, Scott. How are you doing, sir?
Joseph, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's a pleasure. Yesterday I had a call with Ivan. He told me, hey, you need to talk to Scott because he been doing different tasks, different meetings over here in Guadalajara. So the idea is to know more about it because I know Mitsubishi is one of the leaders in the industry, right?
Yeah.
But what's going on, Scott?
Well, we see Mexico as a great growth opportunity for our company for automation.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of geopolitical things going on that are kind of shining the light on Mexico as a real growth opportunity in manufacturing for the future. A lot of nearshoring activity because the U.S., from a political standpoint, is trying to bring back manufacturing, do manufacturing either in the U.S. or near to the U.S. So that's presenting even greater opportunities in Mexico. So.
Yeah, exactly. I think that is the idea, because if you go to the industry and you have a conversation with the leaders right now, you can see you're having a lot of nearshoring, but also probably 10 years ago, it grew a lot in different industries, not only for electronics, because also the electrification for EVs, for the automotive industry, transportation, we're having different, I think, verticals to grow, right? So I think it's a good moment or a good time to make more investment over here. Is that?
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. I mean, it is across multiple verticals. Let's not forget oil and gas industry. I think water, wastewater, domestically, making sure there's clean water and so on in the country. So, again, we see great opportunities across multiple verticals. Of course, electronics manufacturing is key. That's why I'm here in Guadalajara. But also, we see it across the board.
Yeah, so the idea is to have Mitsubishi with more presence over here in Mexico. Guadalajara is a huge hub of manufacturing, more in the electronics, for PCB manufacturing, things like that. So we can expect to see more news about Mitsubishi over here.
Yeah, I think, to be quite honest with you, I think that even though our products and solutions are a great fit for electronics manufacturing, we have not put the focus on it to the extent we can and should. That's changing. We're going to be much more focused on the EMS industry in Guadalajara as well as throughout Mexico. We see great opportunity. We're strong in robotics, particularly for electronics and small parts. That's really our forte in robotics, so we're going to pursue that heavily. Also, software, monitoring software, production monitoring, also monitoring of facilities is well suited for the electronics industry as well.
Okay. Oh, that's great. That's great. And I'm very happy, to have you over here to have more details about it. And also, Scott, just to close, I want to know more about ITM. I know you went these days yesterday.
2 days ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah, the opening.
Okay.
Actually,
good.
3 days ago and 2 days ago. Yeah.
Good. And what is the idea with the ITM? Also to make more presence about the Mitsubishi over here?
Yeah, absolutely. We see ITM as a great platform and forum for manufacturing in Mexico. It's our third or fourth year participating, if not longer. It's my first time here, and I'm excited. I'll be back again. So I found it to be very invigorating. And the thing I liked about it is the discussions, the speeches were not just commercials for automation and products and so on, but it was really talking about the issues facing Mexico, the challenges and also the opportunities. So I found it very high level, which I enjoyed.
I love this part, Scott. Let me elaborate, because the conversation, if you start to to put more sales on the table, you're gonna lost everything. So I think it's more about relationship and networking, right? To have the correct, the good relation with all the people and the leaders to go forward, because it's more about collaboration.
Exactly.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But that is my idea. You need
Yep.
to collaborate with different brands. Doesn't matter if it could be their competitors in
Mhm.
sometimes, but you need to prepare all the land
Yep.
for the huge investment that is coming over in
Yep.
the next 10 years, 5 years.
Yep.
I don't know, something like that.
You're exactly right, Joseph. It's about leveraging the ecosystem. It's not just about companies that are providing automation products and manufacturing solutions and so on. It's about the educational system, universities. In
Yeah.
fact, we had we recognized a university for working with us in partnership to educate the youth and not only the youth, but people that are repurposing, switching careers into manufacturing and so on. So we recognize the university and their partnership with us. It's also about government. You know, we had the governor there at ITM, the mayor of Lyon, other individuals in government, and it was fantastic to meet them because it really takes everyone to bring Mexico up and continue the ascent in terms of manufacturing leadership.
And that's great. Is a global environment of all of this, and all the people is collaborating with this. Because yesterday I met in the event for students and universities from SMTA, right?
Okay, great.
And I had the opportunity to talk to different suppliers for the EMS industry, but also I had the opportunity to talk with some of the leaders of the bigger universities that we have over here in Guadalajara, and they said, now we have a lack of engineers, right? And the idea to bring them to this kind of events is to know what's going on with the industry.
Right.
In the first hand, face to face, what's going on, what can I do?
Right.
And what can I learn in my new program for my students? So they're worried about it and they are hands-on right now, right?
Yep.
To cover that lack of engineers in the industry and preparing everything to be congruent, to have, your workforce, but also to have the right technology that you need to make these processes better, right?
Yeah, and unfortunately, it's not just educating the traditional workforce. It's attracting more people into the workforce. Women, for instance, we need more women to get into manufacturing and so on. A lot of women go into medical products, medical devices, or Google or Amazon, or something that is more visible in the market. So we need to expand the talent pool. We at Mitsubishi Electric, we have a big philanthropic arm called the Mitsubishi Electric Foundation. We're very focused on empowering youth with disabilities to gain meaningful employment. This is really an underserved market, and we think it's got a lot of applicability to manufacturing and automation. For example, individuals with autism. That's an issue both in the U.S. and in Mexico. In the U.S., about 1 in 36 births are now autistic. And so it is a growing issue. I won't say it's a problem, actually, because people that are autistic have unique capabilities
Exactly.
to provide focus and do software development and QA testing. They're fantastic with the focus to do really good testing. My nephew has autism. He's graduating from one of the top engineering schools in the U.S. in computer science.
Exactly.
So we really need to leverage this talent pool. People with autism are 50% unemployed and 80% underemployed. It's a great opportunity to work with government, that ecosystem that I talked about, that you talked about, and universities to make it happen. And I think we can, because the birth rate's declining in both the U.S. and Mexico at a rate of about 1.5% to 2% per year, every year. People are just having less children. So to your point, less engineers because less people, less births, less people going to college, and so on. So we need to leverage the ecosystem to address this issue. It's incredibly important going forward.
Exactly. The other day, I had another conversation is coming to my mind. This conversation that I had with Lorena Villanueva is the new president for Mexico for IPC. right?
Okay.
Is a lady, very smart. She's a leader, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she was talking about how important is to have training programs also for your current workforce that you
Mm-hmm.
have,
Mm-hmm.
because you have the lack of new engineers, right?
Yep.
But also what's going on with the workforce that you have already.
Mm-hmm.
They need to be updated
Right.
with the new knowledge, and they need to be with, I don't know, probably certifications, whatever. The idea is to have them with the, I think they need everything completed, right?
Yep.
So that is part of the thing that I'm trying to bring to the table right now, is a global environment
Mm-hmm.
where government, universities,
Mm-hmm.
and also industry are collaborating right now
Exactly.
to have something different. Because I think we have industry 4.0 right now,
Mm-hmm.
but I expect to have a 5.0 in.
Well, it's already happening in Japan. So
Yeah, exactly. So I think now is for manufacturing to be updated. Yeah.
yeah. It's interesting you bring up training, and I couldn't agree more. Lifelong learning is so critical,
Yeah.
and companies need to enable their employees to learn on a continuous basis. It's so critical for people to continue to learn new skills, particularly as the environment is moving so quickly today. It's accelerating more and more every year. And it's important not to just train your employees on technical skills, but also soft skills,
Exactly.
various things. And it could differ on the employee and their position within the company, but you need to take a holistic approach to training. And we have a specific individual at headquarters. She manages our organizational development, and her focus is to do exactly that: develop our employee population through training and life experiences.
Good. Good. Amazing. I'm gonna close right here, Scott. It is a pleasure to have this conversation with you. I expect to have another one with you, probably 2025. Could be. We're launching this new channel, but I'm sure that we're gonna have you again, and could be in other offices. I expect to have a better background, but yeah, I really appreciate this time, this message,
Yep.
and to put this information for all the industry, because it's very
Great.
valuable right
Yep.
now.
Joseph, you can count on it. I would love to return and give you an update on our activities.
Excellent.
Okay.
Amigo,
Okay.
gracias.
Thank you. Gracias.